Hello and welcome back to Two Kids and a Mullet Later podcast with Lavalea and Colby. Hello and welcome back to Two Kids and a Mullet Later podcast. We are back with another episode today. So today we are going to be playing a card game that I got off of TikTok.
Russian roulette.
Oh, whoa. This is called Conversations with Your Inner Self.
I talk to myself all day, every day.
That's called schizophrenia.
No, that's talking to different people. What's the name of the game?
Conversations with Your Inner Self.
Oh.
So this card game is to get into those deep questions that you might not regularly talk about or think about. Okay, so we're going to go back and forth. Card number 1 says, is there a certain person you envy? When do you catch yourself being jealous and why?
You got a house on 40 acres, I envy you.
I feel that.
That's about it. I really don't get jealous of nobody else.
Why do you think you don't get jealous of other people easily?
Everybody's at a different point in their life. Regardless of what you got going on, if you look at people your age or people around you, you're either doing a hell of a lot better than them or you're doing a hell of a lot worse. And if you're doing worse, gotta keep pushing yourself to fucking get to where you want to be. And you don't know what they've been through. If somebody is ahead of you, you don't know what they've been through to get that far ahead. I mean, shit, they might have had a handout, like this and that, but we get it out the mud. We ain't got no handouts. So
yeah, we're not behind. We just weren't handed everything.
Yeah.
I used to have a big problem with only focusing on who was doing better than me. But I feel like once I changed my mindset and was looked at more like from a grateful standpoint of what we do have, not what we don't have, that has just like totally changed my mindset on like success, jealousy. So I totally agree with you.
Yeah. How do you cope with your anger? Anger.
Oh my God.
Your anger.
Shut the fuck.
Gengar. I know that Pokemon.
What's that Pokemon? Angar. My problem is that I don't cope with it at all. I think like one of my biggest issues is I don't know how to express anger. I just hold everything inside, and I'm surprised that I haven't gotten to the point where I've just like instantaneously combusted from all the anger I've held in my whole life.
Yeah.
You definitely have helped me to do it better, like expressing it, but I still don't think I'm to the point of it being healthy, because when people make me angry, my brain just immediately goes to the positive and forgiveness and empathy. And I just try to see it from like their point of view as to why they're doing that to me, instead of me being angry because they're doing it to me, if that makes sense. I feel like that's a superpower, but also a weakness at the same time.
I'm just like, stupid mother.
Like, I do, going based off of the last question, I do envy you, though, about that. Like, I wish that I could just get angry at somebody and just cuss them the fuck out and have no regrets. But my mind always is like, okay, but if I do this, then this is going to happen, and then this is going to happen, and then, you know, and my brain always goes to worst case scenario. So I'm like, okay, I cuss them out. We get in a huge argument. They hate me. I hate them. We never talk again. And then I just burned that, or that relationship is just gone forever. Like, that's where my mind goes. Yeah. So I would just rather, you know, take the hit and
no.
Get over it, which is not, it's not healthy.
Fuck that relationship we had.
What was your relationship to your parental guardians like during your teen years?
And I come from a split home, like a lot of motherfuckers do. I mean, shit, my dad was fucking 7 hours away, so seeing him when I could, but it wasn't that often. My mom and my stepdad. Me and my stepdad really didn't talk and get along really until I became an adult, and I realized like motherfucker was just trying to help me out. As a teenager, man, I was always gone. Like I was hardly like I was always out doing something. But once I became an adult, I mean, I realized where everybody was coming from, and I mean, I grew up and accepted it, and now I have an amazing relationship with everybody in my family. When do you feel lonely?
Honestly, I don't really much anymore. I used to find myself feeling lonely a lot. Like I was always searching for some kind of missing something in other people. But I feel like over the last, honestly, year to 2 years, I've learned how to enjoy being with myself.
Yeah.
And that took a lot because growing up, I always hated being alone at any given time, ever. Like, I was always the person that never wanted to leave a party. I never wanted to go home. I always wanted to be around people. I didn't want to go do things by myself. I needed somebody to go with me, to hold my hand, to go, like, do random stupid things. But I feel like I don't know where that comes from. What I think it is that I was the youngest kid of 7. And so all of my siblings ended up leaving the house, and I was one of the last ones there. And so not only that, but being the youngest, my older siblings didn't really have much to do with me. So I was always alone at home. So whenever I had a choice to not be alone, I never wanted to be alone. But in the last couple of years, like I said, I have just really learned to enjoy my alone time. And now I actually want more alone time.
Okay, I'll leave.
I've started to really just do things that I enjoy when I'm alone. So then it makes me look forward to being alone because it's like I don't have any expectation from anybody else. I can just do whatever I want. Who were your favorite teachers and why?
None of them.
None? You didn't have one favorite teacher?
Maybe like elementary school or something.
Why didn't you like any of them?
The same reason why I don't like majority of my coworkers. I have to be here. I'm only here so I don't get fined. There was one teacher that I felt sorry for. Her name was Miss Cheryl. It was 9th grade. She was an English teacher. Every kid just took advantage of her in the class, and like she'd cry all the time from what kids were doing, and like I would act up in there too, whatever. My senior year, one of my classes had us write a letter to a teacher, any teacher you wanted. Well, I wrote her a letter and I apologized for everything that I did, and just sorry that she has to deal with all these fucking knuckleheads running up in her class and shit. I mean, because she was an older lady and like she had physical challenges with her body and shit. And the kids make fun of her and all that shit. And I mean, I just feel like I matured enough at that point in time. I realized that, bro, that's fucked up, bro. Like, that's somebody's mama. And I'd be damned, I wouldn't want anybody doing that shit to my mama. I mean, that'd be the last thing a motherfucker do. But I wrote her a letter, apologized and shit. And she came and found me one day and thanked me for that. And so that's probably the only teacher I cared about in any type of way.
It's so nice that you wrote her a letter.
Now, all you motherfuckers from where I'm from, the fucking Miss Cheryl, if you don't feel bad about that, your mama's a hoe and you a bitch. I hope you're doing all right, Miss Cheryl.
Yeah. I hope she is too.
Where are you putting yourself last? Why did you put aside your own needs?
As a mother and a wife, that's kind of your job, is to put yourself last. Like, you're supposed to take care of everyone in the family, so sometimes you can forget about your own wants and needs. I used to have a lot more of an issue, or like it used to affect me a lot more whenever I was younger or before. I don't know. I feel like I've just had this like huge transformation just in the last couple of years, just my mindset and everything. I don't know. People say your frontal lobe develops around the time that you're like 27, 25. So that was last year. I was 27. I definitely believe in that shit, because when I hit 27, my mind completely shifted for good and for worse. Just the way that I view the world and the way I view life in general is very, very different. Now I feel like that sacrifice of putting my needs last, or caring about my family and stuff like that first, is a blessing, because I have kids to put first. I have a husband to put first. So like I said, I've looked at things a lot more from a grateful mindset, because I could easily not have this home to take care of, a loving family. I know it can be hard for a lot of women to get to that point of being just grateful for having that opportunity, I guess. I don't know.
Like you said, it also comes with maturing to realize that it's not just you anymore, you know?
Thankfully, though, you are such a great husband and partner that you still push me to choose myself a lot of the time. A lot of other men or other husbands might not think of that, and their wife slowly falls into this deep pit of never choosing themselves ever, and then building that resentment towards their husband, their family.
Well, I feel like I try to put you first. You and the kids are always first over me. Like, y'all are my main priority. So,
right.
Of course, y'all are on a higher pedestal than I hold myself to.
So it's like we're both doing that. Like, you're putting me first, I'm putting you first. So it almost feels like we're not getting left out in that situation.
Yeah.
It might not come from us internally, but the fact that our partner is putting us first, we're still number one somewhere.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Like, I think that's the problem, is whenever people are not putting themselves first and no one else is putting them first either. So that's really where it creates problems, I think. What do you feel most resentful about? Something that you're angry at yourself about, or angry at someone else for?
I mean, but I really can't hold anything against myself, because all the choices I've made in my life and made me who I am and got me where I'm at today. If I would have changed one little thing, I mean, I probably never would have met you. Wouldn't have had them 2 kids. Wouldn't have had this annoying ass dog.
Stop talking about my baby like that.
But so I can't hold nothing against myself for what I've done or what I didn't do. And as far as other people, I mean, fuck them people.
You can have all these regrets in life, but like, if you're at a point where you want to be, or on the path of getting to where you want to be, all those choices is what brought you there.
Yeah, no, you know what I do resent? I had one of them armored trucks filling up ATM. I ain't slide through. I mean, shit, we could be sitting fat right now, boy.
Oh my God.
But you know.
Stop incriminating yourself online.
Lord, if you fuck me, you flip that son of a bitch right now.
Oh my God.
What is stopping you from experiencing freedom?
My mind. My anxiety, my worries, over worrying. Like, if that is one thing that I could change about myself, was to just not have anxiety, not over worry about things, because it truly is like living in a cage. Like, I've gotten to the point where I'm learning how to deal with it, but it still creeps in here and there, and it's just like this cloud hanging over me where it's like, be afraid of everything. Like, that's what that cloud just whispers in my ear all the time. Like, be afraid. Fear everything. Always worst case scenario. My brain just goes worst case scenario for everything. And it's suffocating sometimes. I would feel very free if I didn't have that.
Well, I'm here to push you through that.
I know.
But what if? Don't worry.
I just need to think to myself, what would Colby do? WWCD. I'm gonna get a bracelet. Honestly, I'm gonna start using that. Like, whenever my brain starts, like, fucking with me, I'm just gonna think to myself, what would Colby do? Start flipping fucking tables and shit. Start punching people.
Wham, wham, wham.
Ooh, this is a good one for you. It says anger trigger. What makes you angry? And why does it make you angry?
People. Why? People.
Why do you get so easily angered at people? Like, where do you think that comes from?
It could be several things. I mean, you got fight or flight, I guess. You got you're a fucking moron. You got people walking around like they're the fucking main character and don't nobody else fucking matter.
I feel like that's gotten a lot worse too over the past few years.
Don't nobody care about the person next to them no more. Respect has gone out the window nowadays. Like, people don't have courtesy for one another no more.
I totally agree with that. I feel like the world has become so fast-paced too. Like, with everything that's going on in the world, like, it's almost like there's just no more time for people to slow down and just, like, be friendly and be courteous and be respectful. And it's like people are just like, like, I don't know. That's how the world feels to me right now.
People are so caught up in this and that stop and smell the flowers, motherfucker. Go touch grass. Go do something. Like, enjoy yourself. Take time, relax, enjoy your fucking day. Shit. What are your self-limiting beliefs? I don't know what that means.
Thank God I do. I guess the most simplest way to put it is that I'm not good enough. Things that I want to do, or that, like, are goals or dreams of mine, like, I always have that little voice in the back of my head that's like, you're not good enough, why even try? So then that keeps me sometimes from pursuing those paths or, like, pursuing those goals. I feel like if I wasn't so damn self-critical of myself, like, I could have excelled in so many different things in my life.
Motherfucker, you're literally the shit at everything you fucking do.
And you know what's so crazy about that is that people tell me that all the time, but for some reason, like, I personally can't believe that. It's like I'm always striving for perfection, and I know that perfection, like, you can't achieve that. Nothing is perfect. But it's like my brain is just always telling me it could be better.
All right, but you ain't gotta be perfect. You just gotta be badass, and that's what you are. So that's why I support you with everything you've ever wanted to fucking do. Like, I know you could fucking do it. And I've seen what you do, and I know you're fucking badass at it. Just like in my line of work. Motherfucker, if you stare at that well too long, you're gonna find something wrong with it. The longer you look at something, the more you're gonna nitpick. As long as you're doing it, you know you're doing it the way it's supposed to be done, it's good.
You just made me have an aha moment. Because you know how bad I am at that. Like, I'm gonna be vulnerable and tell myself here, like, every time I post a TikTok video, I'll rewatch it at least like 20 times.
Yeah.
Because I just want to look at every detail. I pick it apart. I tell myself how I'm going to do better next time. So you kind of just, like, made me step back and be like, wow, I need to stop doing that. Like, post it and let it go. Like, you know?
Yeah.
And that's just with that. Like, there's a bunch of other areas in my life I could probably use that in.
Like, the bank. The first time that check goes through, it's good, baby. We ain't looking again. Shit.
Do you ever feel like you're not being true to yourself?
I don't know. And if I do, I don't care.
I was about to say, someone just commented, someone we know, on one of our recent videos where I was talking about how people were talking about how you talk.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, ain't nothing fake about Colby. And I just think, you know, like, with this question, like, I feel like you are very true to yourself. That's just, I mean, from me,
Yeah.
what I think. Like, I feel like you really don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. Like, you're just gonna do whatever you want to do.
And I mean, as long as you're genuine to yourself, I mean, that's all that fucking matters. Y'all lucky I put clothes on for this video.
I had to tell him to cover his nipples.
Keep on pushing. Give a fuck what everybody else thinks. What were your parents' core values growing up as a child? How has this influenced you?
Well, specifically my dad. He has always been the type of person that will give you the shirt off his back without questions. He does everything for everyone else. He really just wants other people to be happy all the time. So I feel like I have definitely taken that from him, for good and for worse. You know, I am a people pleaser, but I think that's part of what makes me me, though. I really do enjoy making other people happy. Like, sometimes that comes at the expense of my own, which I'm learning to create those boundaries so it doesn't get too far. Yeah, like, my dad is one of the most amazing men I've ever met in my life, other than Colby. Colby literally is the closest thing of a genuinely good man that there is to my father. I think that's also what, like, just really drew me to you.
Me and your dad genuinely like each other.
Yeah. They have a great relationship, which is awesome. Basically, to be giving, to be empathetic, to be caring and kind. Yeah. Who were your closest friends growing up?
Like, growing up throughout high school and shit, I really only had two real genuine friends that lasted outside of high school for a little while at least. But I mean, we all started our own families, having kids, so we grew apart. We're not kids no more, so it's nothing. You can't feel some type of way because a motherfucker don't want to hang out with you no more. Like, motherfucker, we're all adults. We got families and households that we have to take care of nowadays. Yeah, I've made one more good friend in my adult life. They were all in my wedding and shit. Life moves on. I mean, fuck. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. Like, motherfucker, you ain't got to be hanging out every day doing this and that bullshit. As long as when you see each other again, if it's like it never, you pick up where you left off. That's what real true friendship is.
A lot of people have trouble evolving from those, like, high school, college friendships into adulthood friendships.
Yeah.
Because they look very different. And some people can't change with it.
Yeah.
Like, some people are still stuck in that mindset of high school, college, like, we should be talking 24/7. We need to see each other every other day. If we're not doing that, you're not being a good friend. They feel so obligated to other people's time, especially when you're growing up and you're starting to create families and have kids and things like that. Like, you don't have as much time for things like that anymore. The friends who are going to follow you into adulthood are going to be the ones that understand. And like you said, there can be numerous days, numerous weeks, even months passing between y'all seeing each other. But when you do see each other again, it's like nothing changed. I have definitely lost a couple friends because of that specific reason. I didn't have time to go do things with them all the time, and then it turned into that I was being a bad friend. But no, I'm an adult. We're just adults. We have our own lives that we have to worry about.
What do you often blame others for?
For hurting my feelings, even though I'm not telling them that they're hurting my feelings. Me not being confrontational and being afraid of confrontation makes it to where people do things and it makes me upset, but I never tell them that. So of course they continue to do it, and then it makes me build resentment against them until I just don't want anything to do with them. Certain things, though, I feel like you should know better. Like, I shouldn't have to tell you. you shouldn't be doing those things. And I think that's where it's a little confusing for me to decide whether or not I should even take the energy to tell them when I know confrontation bothers me so much, or if I should just cut them out of my life. I don't know. But I will say I could definitely do a better job at immediately letting somebody know if they're doing something that's bothering me. What do you need less of?
Less hours, more money, baby. That's a dream right there.
Look, y'all, I'm trying to retire Colby with this social media with my social media business. I don't know what journey. Hopefully, I can get to the point where I can retire you, my man.
What makes you feel safe? Why does this bring you a sense of safety?
You.
Wow.
You make me feel the most safe I've ever felt in my life. There's no what ifs, there's no unknown or guessing with you. I know what I'm getting with you. I have no fears about like our future, about our marriage, about our love for each other. And I have never had any of that for the past 11 years. I feel like that's saying something. You're my safe space, baby. Safety vest. So I don't get ran over. What do you feel most defensive about when it's brought up?
My family. Because you got anything to say about my wife and kids, motherfucker? I mean, that's it. It's a done deal after that.
Colby always says that's the one thing you don't talk about. Or what? No, that's one of the things you don't talk about.
Yeah. Like, as a man, you don't talk about another man's wife, kids, or what he got in his pocket. You bring up any of that, motherfucker, that's over with. Fucking, whether that be in friendship, family, or some random motherfucker on the street. Like,
Valid.
yeah.
So I announced this on TikTok, but I did want to make sure to let y'all know as well. We've kind of changed up our posting schedule as far as the podcast goes. So we will be doing alternating weeks where Blue Collar Fridays will be 1 week. The next week will be our, what I call Marriage Wednesdays. And then the next week will be Blue Collar Fridays and so on. It just makes more sense as with timing for our family and our schedule. So next week, y'all can look forward to our next episode of Blue Collar Fridays. I do have a really exciting announcement.
I'm pregnant.
Oh my God. We are going to begin having guests on our podcast, on our marriage podcast and our Blue Collar Fridays podcast. So if you feel like you would want to be a guest on our podcast, you can go ahead and send us a submission to our messages, or you can email me at learich96@yahoo.com. LEARICH96@yahoo.com. I'm going to be interviewing for the Marriage Wednesdays, and Colby is going to be interviewing for the Blue Collar Friday. So that's going to be really fun. But yeah, we love y'all so much, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Bye, Felicia. Leave a like, a comment, subscribe, do something, damn it.
Oh my God, so aggressive. Do it. Do what the man says.